OP. But
I think there's also a large part of that you have to have these like specific Grimstroke spammers too to make it really look overpowered. I think there's a lot of people that just play it and it looks fine, but if we saw it on like a person who's just like a Grimstroke only player, it would look way stronger.
All right, in before no heroes being visible because we had to spectate that last game.
oh no.
Oh man.
Let's see if that happens.
Well, what do we got? So Grimstroke gets banned, Lone Druid, Axe. I think targeting some of these bans at Fnatic, particularly heroes like the Axe that Fnatic play really well, but TNC aren't really a huge Axe picking team. And Brewmaster still in the hole. Brew's going to be first pick material, I think, here.
Yeah.
Fnatic have to be thinking, we'd like Brew, but they're probably going to first pick the hero.
Does feel like it's far enough into the tournament that any team that has made it this far has realized how strong Brew is.
Yeah.
And what's the answer, really? Like, it's just another strong laner. Maybe you could run, like, an Ursa or something.
There's no answer because the hero plays multi-roles.
That's the problem.
He's actually, like, an amazing 5 position. We saw Jabs played as a 5 position to secure the safe lane. He can play 4 position. He can play either silence. You pick an Ursa, Brew will just try go to a different lane, or he'll play as a support and not care that he's countered.
Yeah.
And then he can play, as far as core roles go, any of the 3.
He can actually play every single role in Dota.
Haven't seen him mid. Probably not as well suited to mid, but you could.
Before the patch, people like Brew was coming in as a mid hero.
Wow, he's not first pick until Lich is.
I think Lich is...
I mean, Lich is really good too.
Yeah.
But, Lich has a lot of good combo lanes. Like the Lich +1 lanes have looked really scary in the off lane.
Well, and the other hero that you would normally do that with is Grimstroke, who's been banned out. So now it's like, it's harder to make that, like, you know, Brew +1 lane work. And they're actually going to take the Centaur because
I
it was
just
not
don't
banned.
know this patch then. If we're not first picking Brew, I don't know what I'm talking about then. Apparently Brew's just not the OP here.
That's interesting to give them the Lich Brew. We've seen how strong that is.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm 90% sure they pick it, especially because with the Rubik, that's not a block pick anymore because you can just press the Brew Drunken Brawler and you'll never get the ultimate. But with the Centaur, that is an anti-committal hero, and Brew is high commitment with the ultimate. So traditional hero that you can just run away from the Panda split. But then again, it doesn't really matter if you have a Lich Brew. Like, these heroes are just going to totally decimate the lane, and I have no idea what I'm talking about, apparently.
I thought they were going to first pick it. You thought they were going to second pick it. Turns out there's just no Brew picks.
With the Lich, too.
I like Morphling as a core, though, like in that second pick in the ban stage, because you just can protect it with whatever you want to ban out now. Morph has still looked like one of the best carries on this patch.
Great heroes to pair together, too, going into like the mid to late game, because if Morph is running away and morphing to a bunch of strength, he gets the 60% physical damage reduction, so the armor that he loses is made up for in the fact that he has the Lich buff on him. It basically gives Morphling like 15,000 effective HP. I've seen so many fights turned with these 2 heroes. You just throw the armor on the Morph and
I wonder if part of the reason that they're taking this Morph is because the Lone Druid was banned out. Like, there aren't that many carries that really like deal a ton of damage nowadays. Like, we were looking at PA was one. I think that obviously Lone Druid and the range right-click build is another one. Like, Morph to me feels like a top-tier carry, and there's a couple of other heroes that can kind of do what Brew does as far as pressuring a lane with a Lich. Maybe that's the thought.
Yeah, that is always an issue when there's so few heroes that are strong on the particular roles. Like in the last patch, we saw every single time a carry would be first phase, like because there's only really Terrorblade, Morphling, Phantom Lancer. That was it. So you'd just first phase them every patch or every game.
And that's what's kind of fun right now is that it is a new patch, so people don't know which roles have the smaller hero pool yet.
Yeah.
Like there's been times where like the 4 position role was really small, so you had to just first to pick your Earth Spirits and whatnot, or just not, or Earth Spirit Tusk were like the 4 positions that were only viable for like a small little period. Last patch it was the carries.
I think we did see, like, we're talking a lot about the picking carries because it's a small hero pool, but we did see Armel, I believe, play the mid lane Morphling, right?
Yeah.
So he played against the DK. Like this team in particular is more than comfortable picking this, and
it's more like not even necessarily like the carry role. It's like the hero that just does that damage, like that. Even if it's coming out of the mid or if it's coming out of the off lane,
just
even
like the late game,
Druid,
late game damage and insurance policy.
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't really matter where you throw him as long as he gets farm.
If they do Armel Morphling, they're going to pick a Gabby carry that doesn't need to, free farm and take up too much space.
The Brew, if it wasn't banned, probably.
Brew, Weaver, we've seen him play before. Really likes Miranas, these kind of heroes.
Maybe even like an Ogre.
Yeah.
Ogre, I believe they did.
Timber
they
ban.
did
I
that.
think Timber is actually a
Second
hero
phase.
you need to second phase ban.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
it's just too obnoxious when you can get a 4th pick Timber and have no counters for it.
I think the typical pick in response to this Phoenix has been just to pick the Lina and throw it in whatever role she's good
has Lena felt that good though? I'm not.
in. No, it's
It hasn't felt terrible.
not
I
really.
guess,
It's okay. It's felt okay. I think it's just what we've seen.
No.
And the only issue is, like, if you're picking it and you already have a Lich support, you know that's going to be a bit of a wonky support duo. You need some setup in the lanes.
Could they be setting up for a Meepo on Fnatic?
You really want them to pick the Meepo.
They haven't really banned out too many of the obvious Meepo counters, but it's
Okay, now
not going to be Meepo yet. Void Phoenix. MP Void, he does like the hero, and we'll see the probably Ice Centaur. He was playing a lot of this with the DJ Phoenix, Centaur Phoenix that do this boots first Centaur and then rush a Blink, while Phoenix then takes over the lane and farms a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh,
This is basically
Sanky.
like one of the only remaining tanky offlane heroes.
Yep.
That's really strong right now.
But I think that's the thing, right? Is that this is probably their answer. They're saying, okay, we don't need to pick Brew early because there's a Sand King later.
Sure.
And they feel better about that.
Yeah. You know that the Lich is so strong that there's plenty of offlaners that will pair with it. I really like the Sand King more than the Brew here, just because with the Skywrath Mage, you have a setup for all of that ridiculous amount of Skywrath damage. You can just smoke up with that hero, and with literally just the Sand King and the Skywrath, they can kill.
Yep.
No matter what hero it is, they will get a kill, as long as they get the initiation with the Burrow Strike.
Do you imagine Rubik's a little bit happier when he sees a Sand King picked up?
That is
But
true.
It's you just can't be overthinking that though when you're drafting that. Oh, they've got Rubik. Let's not pick a Sand King. If Sand King's good for your draft, good for the game,
Yeah.
just go for it.
There's so little left in terms of offlaners too. Like, they could pick a Magnus or a Beastmaster, but those heroes also Rubik is excellent against.
Or pick the Doom that we've hated seeing.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Doom got crushed,
Is
just
it ban-
because
is it
it
banned?
just
Yeah.
it reaffirms this thought that I have that Doom is just not anywhere near what the people thought it
We're
was. after
beginning
the
to
patch.
find understanding in this patch.
I mean, it honestly could be OP as well. Watch some
Yeah.
teams in like Europe just start first picking Doom and winning every game. It's Dota's a weird game. One team's understanding of how to use a hero will be completely different to another, and Team A will make it look garbage. Team B will make it look insanely OP.
I think we've seen Doom. We've seen like the story of Doom where people started building it with this like tanky offlaning presence be really useless because you can't get into fights in Doom, and then with the like utility and mobility build, and then that doesn't work either because then you just have a bunch of heroes that are looking to like have a secured start of the game, and so all your other cores just do really poorly, and like neither of the builds really seems to work basically. And then now it's just not even it's not even considered.
I mean, maybe Payne had the right idea of running it as a support. Like, I can see that being more viable.
think so.
Because then there's no pressure to get those utility team items, the pipes, the crimsons, the tank up items.
You have somebody that does that.
And you can be a playmaker and go for like a blink and
Yeah.
be just trying to find a good blink Doom off. If you get a Doom onto a key hero as a 4 position, you've contributed to a team fight in a
Yep.
big way.
All right, I want to see Alina here and then run mid Skywrath.
Oh, it's like a support Lina.
Yeah. Switch it up. Make Fnatic think it's going to be a mid Lina. Although I
The
honestly,
thing is, the heroes that are good against Lina
Yeah.
are also good against Sky for the
good
most
point.
part. It's not going to change too much about how Fnatic approach whatever they pick. What do they want though? I guess they're maybe considering to. You can't really commit to sending Morph mid because you don't know the matchup yet.
Mhm.
I think Tinker would be really good for Fnatic
It's
here.
banned.
Oh, it's banned out. Okay,
yeah, by TNC.
that's a good ban.
They want that. They're probably going to Invoker now. We've seen Abed play. A bit
Oh,
of-
Invoker would be excellent. Yeah, they have the setup from the Centaur Rubik,
They need damage. Like they have
Yeah.
no damage right now. No damage for Chrono, and no damage in general.
and then they have the Deafening Blast for the Phoenix Egg too.
Yeah.
Like that. It's actually such a good Invoker game.
It's Invoker, Zeus, and the Invoker, Zeus, Tinker, the 3 big high damage mids we keep talking about.
I mean, hey, maybe you could Pugna. It's great against the Skywrath Mage, although that's
Oh.
a Huskar.
Holy
TNC
Toledo.
Classic. And a lot of those heroes we're talking about that do damage, they're actually not that good against Huskar. So it's something like, do we get a hero that rounds out a draft that we want to pick with Void, or now do we address this Huskar? And
Maybe we see an Ancient Apparition mid.
Maybe.
I don't
It's
mind
great
that.
against Morphling. It's great
I-
against Huskar. It's great against Sand King when he builds all these regen items.
It's great with the Void.
It's great with the Void.
Oh my God,
I-
they're gonna do it. No, they
Nah,
went
they
the
go for Lina.
Lina.
Yeah, they need damage. I mean, it's
I mean,
a safe pick.
The Huskar doesn't have magic resistance anymore, so
Yeah.
having like burst
That's
damage
true.
does like this is a counter to Huskar now.
Yeah.
And it's also one of the few mid heroes. I'm surprised they don't ban it because I know a lot of mid players, like Lina is what people say is the only answer to Huskar in terms of laning. That's like a typical mid hero.
And Gabby's playing the Huskar. We'll see if Armel decides to head to the mid lane or not. I mean, either way, it's
Lina's going to do well, either way.
Yeah, so it does look like we'll be in for a safe lane Huskar. I mean, against this, like a center, or even if Void goes to the other side lane, the Huskar should have a great time against those heroes.
Yeah,
I like Fnatic's draft a lot. I think they're going to remain unbeaten. I don't know. This is tough.
Yeah, it should be a interesting game. Ninja Boogie playing the Lich. There'll be 5-position Lich. We may not see Lich with Sand King in lane.
Yeah.
May just be Lich more looking to play the secure my Morphling farm kind of role, or Huskar, depending on which lane it's more problematic.
I think the Lich would probably pair better with the Sand King, just because the Sand King gets in their face and the Huskar doesn't. We also saw Ninja Boogie when he was playing the 5 Lich in a previous game. He went with the off lane as well. And I just think the Skywrath plus the Huskar, they just have a lot of passive harass in the lane. Like, they make a lot of sense to be paired together.
Yeah, well, like the Skywrath can go secure Huskar's lane, then he can go mid and help the Morphling out.
Yeah, then when Huskar could,
Yeah, you don't even have to go for the kills. It's just like, let's just spam the enemy out of lane, secure some farm.
I mean, can they just win all of their other lanes, the side lanes at least, super hard and just try and end the game? It feels like they have a lot of the tools to make that happen. Morph in this game seems like it's pretty good too.
Yeah, I don't think you have to necessarily... You don't need to focus on crushing all 3 lanes. Just worry about 2 out of 3, and that's where I think Skywrath Lich would be good supports to just, win those lanes and then let your solo just try and go even.
This is like more and more of a trend that we're seeing, these supports that can just go to whichever lane. Like 4 or 5 heroes. Like they both play 4 and 5. And then you pick these 2 heroes, and then you just send, once you know the enemy team's draft, to whatever lane is the best for you.
Yeah, often we're seeing a lot more supports in the mid lane. We're just seeing even trial. It's often this trialing at the start to secure and fight for runes.
Yeah.
If there's a fight, you get a first blood because you got a 3v2, and then after that, where to send one of those supports, because typically one support will then stay in that lane where you got the bounty rune. The other will then go mid or go to the off lane or the other side lane.
Yep.
So.
Well, we're not missing anything here. I am going to have to reconnect because it wasn't the Invisible Heroes nerf or bug. It was the
Breaking Dota.
Can't move bug.
Oh,
the camera.
That's unfortunate.
That one sucks, the player perspective bug.
Yeah. Don't hit abandon.
You know what I love about the new Lich and what I love about a lot of the supports that are being picked right now is if you win a lane to the extent that that lane is now free for your core, a lot of these heroes can also roam to the mid lane and get kills. Like, they aren't just these side lane supports where if you win the side lane, you have to continue laning in that lane. Like, these heroes will punish you if you go to the jungle and leave a support there or something like that. They'll just go to another lane and secure that lane as well.
Yeah. It seems really strong, like that early mobility. And, I mean, Sky is such a good hero for that, too. Just, like, all the movement speed he's got.
Set up with the concussive. Maybe even just do some damage. It's fine.
Oh, it's the same old. Try lane to get your runes, and then supports then go venture off. So does look like TNC will be doing the Morphling mid with Lich. I say that as Lich leaves the mid lane to go top. And then on the Fnatic side,
they have
Void.
4 heroes top.
They want to figure out the lane. So yeah, center is keeping bottom. They had some good Radiant Vision up to maybe scout these lanes to try to get the matchups they wanted.
People are starting... This is such a minor thing, but people are starting 2 branches a lot of the time on offlaners now, just so they can get the quick quelling blade and also use those branches for the extra regen.
So they want to try lane versus Huskar. They don't really want the Centaur +1 or Centaur solo lane against the Huskar, that's for sure. Void's also not great against Huskar, but with 2 supports, they can maybe make this work.
It makes a lot of sense. This hero just passively regens a lot in the lane, so you just burst him down and keep killing him, but...
I wouldn't even be surprised if the Skywrath TP's up here fairly early on. Just let Sand King play a 1v1 lane.
Well, they're going to bring Jabs.
Oh, okay. It's Fnatic who are going to, swap their supports up first.
I guess they want to ensure Ice has a good lane here as well.
Yeah, Sand King can be a tough 1v1 for sure.
I started with the passive too, so just looking to trade right clicks.
Oh my god.
Stomp under a big creep wave.
pretty nice there.
Yeah, this is the great thing about starting with that passive, is that he's just drawing creep aggro, which is causing them to take damage, and he's tanking them as well. So now there's this huge double wave, and since Cuckoo has stun, he's taking so much damage. Like, he can't caustic these down. They have some dive potential too, although Phoenix level 1's not that great.
Oh, bye, Tims.
Oh, can he get this done?
Oh,
Armel brought down solo, and he's going for the second kill.
Oh
He's
my
got a
God.
mango and everything, but he won't get the stun.
oh, could Tims turn around and hit him? No, it's too dangerous.
Oh, he just died in tower.
All right.
Baits.
And
The baits.
Tim's got some XP for it, I believe.
All right. Good stuff.
That's a great hero to get essentially what is a solo kill on.
Yep. DJ goes down top. Husker Lich. That sounds like a pretty potent lane in itself.
Mm-hmm.
To be expected.
I mean, you look at the CSing, though, and it's pretty heavily into the favor of Radiant right now.
Yeah, this Husker's getting owned. Jenkins, you want something about this Lina versus Husker matchup mid?
Huskar's top, though.
Void's now DP in bottom. So,
Boom.
They don't want to lane the...
Yeah, what the hell is
They're
happening?
just going to sack the Huskar lane, I guess.
and they're the ones who chose initially to do this. Like,
They
they
did, yeah.
TP'd center from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Maybe they hadn't seen the lanes properly, or they just thought these lanes were going to work out better than they are.
Huskar's such a strong laner now. You're just forced to kill him. You can't just passively harass him down. He just has like free tango regen. Harassing does nothing. So
Regeneration.
the tri-lane made sense, but only if they can kill him.
I mean, despite where the CSs are, with Fnatic having a CS advantage all three lanes, it does feel like TNC right now have the stronger side lanes. Like
Although-
the Husker and the Sand King lanes are very hard for the melee heroes on Fnatic.
I do like that they sent Centaur top though, because like the way to deal with the lane that's just way too strong is just cut the wave and
Radiant
not lane at all.
structures are
And that's what
fortified.
Centaur can do.
Okay.
Looks like he is, yeah, cutting and bringing to the big camp top.
Well, Ninja Boogie
Damn.
is in a little bit of a problem.
Owning mid. Armel also taking even more damage here. Abed may go down here. The Skywrath gets a nice little kill.
And Armel, no more regen for him.
Easy
but
morph
jabs.
Dude, Tim's is going to be a problem this game.
Yep.
He's going to be a serious problem.
He's got
Already
triple now.
2-0.
He's got the
He's
money
got
for a
3
third.
nulls.
I hope he buys a third. You don't need boots. Yeah, there we go. He bought it.
All right, well, Gabby now going to start to hit pretty hard. Punch away. Has 16 regen. Sitting comfortably.
Very similar to the Timbersaw in the sense that like you can get him to that 20% mark, but it's so hard to bring him the last few HP percentages down.
You know what? I wonder if the reason that they sent Ice 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 bottom at first was just so he could get this early point and retaliate and like deal with the Huskar and like get stacks up from it. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's still I think it'd be pretty hard for the Rubik plus Centaur to kill the Huskar, as long as he doesn't do something
Dire
really
are
stupid.
scanning.
If he gets a lot of stacks up, how much damage would that end up being?
Let's see. Let's do the math.
So, oh, hold on.
Bounty
Keep
rune.
our eyes on this. As Jabs gets the bounty rune.
Ninja Boogie sacrificing his life for the bounty.
Yeah. His mind is worth dying for a possible bounty, not even a guaranteed
Yeah,
bounty.
right.
It's like, I'm a 5 position support. I'll die. If I get it, it's definitely worth. If I don't, I mean, it's not worth, but he considers it worth the risk.
Yeah. Hey, you know, forces 2 supports to that.
Expected value.
Yeah.
So, very interesting. Cuckoo going for no points in Caustic against a melee laner. Like, that's how good Sandstorm is now, apparently.
It's pretty cool. It makes sense. I mean, Sandstorm kind of does the same thing, really.
Uh-oh. He's been gazed at. Force back.
Husker is bullying people.
Ninja Boogie's this. We've seen him do the support lich before. He went 1-1-1. Does it again. He really likes that level 1 gaze.
And I think what we saw last Lich game was more points in Nova, but that's because you were playing the offlane as like an aggressive support. This is much more like the
Dire's
defensive
middle tower
utility
is under attack.
Lich.
Yeah, he's actually roaming too. So
He might be dead here though.
Does have regen rune also for Lina, so she can just pummel him down. Pops the regen, immediately broken. Meanwhile, Huskar ends up going down in the top lane. Ice 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 just TP's out. He used the retaliate.
they did it. You're right.
Having a great time.
Because it's more damage also from the double edge too, isn't it? Is that right?
Yep. Because it's based on your base damage.
Abed living through it. Man, there are a lot of kills all over the place.
That's gotta be, yeah, let's say Sky's, I'm surprised Sky's being quiet for the last minute or so. He's got 3 nulls. He should be getting kills wherever he goes.
Yeah.
And there you go. No 4th null. Going into the Kaya now.
2 points in concussive.
Is that null nerf?
Yeah, this started becoming the Sky build where you actually max concussive first. It's just so much damage.
I do think if you're snowballing though, you can get away with going for more points in the queue. How did that break? Were they really close enough?
Yeah, I guess so. That's the only
that is unfortunate for him.
He's on a ward now as well, being spotted.
Yeah, standing right on a ward. That's a ward spot we're seeing more and more actually.
And people
from
keep
both
on
teams.
dying here.
Yeah,
the position 4s.
Looks like it's gonna happen again.
This is totally worth the chrono.
For it, yeah. He's on a kill streak. Yeah.
Let's see how many levels does Void get for that?
He gets a lot of experience. Yeah, 3/4 of a.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That killing spree reward. What is it, like plus 600, something like that?
Bottom tower
12 kills already at just about 8 minutes into this one. Well, Adaptive Strike gets thrown out there. They're going to go forward onto Arm. Abed. Bold maneuver, turns over into the Lina now. Gets the gaze as well, and they manage to find the kill.
That was a nice steal. He needed that so badly, too. The Lina's level 8.
And DJ just runs it. Hi.
Little swoop by. All right.
He's got a second null coming in now for that.
Man, even Rubik's heroes that would never buy null in the past are doing it.
Oh, this is a nice stack here.
So much money for this.
God, he needs to get the last hits, though. I mean, even just the experience, I guess, is pretty nice. And MP, Burrow Strike, they get him. They caught him, silenced, and gonna die. Most likely, possibly.
Oh,
it's
no.
The jump away, and Abed has shown up now as well. They need to be careful. He's got a Laguna Blade available. Cuckoo, they pop the Stampede, gonna chase this guy down. Poke at him, but living stick charges. Cuckoo.
That is enough.
Oh
my God.
Cuckoo, nice play. I'd say, don't use Shrine until your team's there, bro.
God, that miscommunication between the Lich and the Skywrath was just so unfortunate.
He popped the Retaliate. He's bringing him down low. He needs to get one more. Double Edge comes through. They get the kill.
That's for sure.
Gabby just not showing familiarity with the new Centaur spell there. That's a couple of deaths on his Husker up top Centaur. And it's been a bit of a rough time for him.
I mean, you're just going for straight Ether Lens, not Yules first. It's more and more of a common thing, especially with the Faceless Void. I think it makes a lot of sense, and you have the Rubik setup as well. It's a little redundant to go for the Yules first. You even see people skipping it sometimes.
That's a cool little ward there. Get that one. Spots the rotations. They know where these heroes are, and
Okay, seeing a lot more of these river wards.
Covers a lot of area now.
Yeah, with the map changes, that ward sees a lot. Another chrono just on Sky, and well, can't really blame him considering what this guy's been able to do, and the fact that Sky actually has some decent farm going. Oh, on the other hand, very underfarmed.
he's barely above the Sky, who's been solo chronoed twice.
The Sky Void is one of those double edge matchups where the Sky can like pre-silence the Void and screw up the chrono initiations, but if the Sky's ever caught in a chrono, he's such a worthwhile kill. Like you can absolutely solo chrono him. It's perfectly fine. He's such a valuable hero, and he has 0 armor, so he's just gonna melt every single time.
Regen rune there for Lina. Has Laguna Blade up again. 450 damage as bottom. Is that where it's going? They find the kill. Tim's able to get him.
There's the double edge. Just so much damage to the Void. He denies it.
Nice.
Chase forward for more. Boogie.
Right into the Lich.
Okay. Well, they're going to pull him back in.
He does have
here.
egg.
Tries to get it. The lift up. Can they bring him down in time? The egg is still going to pop, but it looks like TNC might end up losing more. Gabby drops. Ninja Boogie dead from the rage creep. One more punch. No. 5 HP. He gets away. Not bad.
Is Rubik going for it?
Oh, that was great.
Rubik wants Rubik. Okay, can't mind. He was trying to chase down that Lich.
Abed trying to run out of here.
There's no mana.
Can't quite do it.
That is the unfortunate part about morphling. If you morph with no mana, you have no mana or HP. Same thing with HP.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, Gabby wants to get a little bit of retribution here, while on the other side, Tim's facing off against the Lina. Mystic Flare drop down, almost getting that kill, and dodges the Arcane Bolt, throws back the other. Tim's living, makes it happen.
Damn.
Give him the tip. Ooh.
He thought he had the kill. He backed up a little early, but still goes back in to make sure he gets it.
They're firing up Abed. Abed's ready to battle now.
I think he backed off because he's trying to dodge the stun.
Okay.
I think actually if he gets stunned there, the Lina kills him.
He's very fun. He almost has Kaya already.
God damn. It's such a fun Skywrath game, actually.
Yeah, Skywrath is one of those heroes that 4 positions love to play.
When he's ahead, he's so fun to play. You're running around solo killing cores.
Is under attack.
You don't even need that veil, man. 4 null towers.
God, you know that Abed is upset. That's 4 deaths right now in the mid lane. I feel like he keeps on owning people, and then Skywrath shows up. Hard to deal with.
Especially when you're so close to killing him in that last engagement, too. Oh, man, I would have gotten so much experience for that kill.
And going for that Aether Lens, still just a little ways away from it. Looking for Armel. There's going to be the Chrono, but he got the Strength Form off. Great reaction time. DJ still moving in a position they're able to get that finish, but now where are they going to go to? The 2-person stun with the Mystic Flare on top of them. They try and stampede away, but it's still Abed dead. Great combination coming out. They steal the ice over as well, and now trying to bring down this egg. Can they do it in time, though? Tim's has to give up his life. They can't burst the egg, and Lich is going to die. And Abed giving him a little bit of the taste of the saltiness afterwards.
Nicely played by Jabs, getting them with the Fire Spirits. 2 supports were trying to bring it down, but luckily with the Sky dying, they just didn't have that final necessary last hit.
Lich Sky, not the 2 supports that you would expect to kill a Phoenix egg.
For a level 1 egg, though, they have 2 heroes that both have good range to actually do it, though. But unfortunately, there are 2 supports who are pretty squishy.
Yo, Abed is pissed. He keeps on dying. He's giving out the all chat trash talk.
Oh, yeah. That's fun. Some of these players like to bring out the tips in the chat wheel quite often. Jabs as well. Well, Jabs getting tipped here by Cuckoo.
Damn.
These guys don't shy away from some all chat. There's the Centaur Blink. So, seen Ice really favor this Blink rush on Centaur throughout this tournament.
Especially with the Phoenix every time.
He's always getting it before any tanky item. Gets the Ring of Health this time, which is a little bit different, but doesn't go for the full Hood or Vanguard.
Well, Jabs is going to try and hold this tower for the moment, while all of TNC descends. Cuckoo?
He's doing his job. He's a woodsman.
Gets the blink forward.
He's a dead woodsman, but he's a woodsman.
Just contemplate life for a little bit.
Is under attack.
That's worth. He got the tranquils.
Can you just tank tower now with Armlet going? And like you've got so much regen, it doesn't matter?
For the most part. The coolest thing about this hero now is that if you leave Armlet on, depending on how much strength you have, you won't lose HP because you'll just have the regen equivalent to the strength and the drain. So you can actually just permanently leave Armlet on, and you're not going to be in like a kill threshold for heroes. Like you're not going to get Lagunaed, you know, with the Armlet. It's really nice.
Skywrath has the Kaya done. And MP moving into position now with the Chrono.
He might just die here.
Epicenter looking for that opening. Burrow Strike, Mystic Flare right on top. Never stood a chance.
That is unlike him to die like that. You're just asking for it against a Sky Sand King, though.
I don't know if they've seen this Sand King blink
They
yet.
saw the blink of the bot lane, yeah.
Okay.
Just
fighting?
just once.
Get the Lich?
Get him!
Most likely?
Oh,
no!
I think the Lich only has a wand. That's his only item, like wand boots.
Oh, and now they catch the Centaur as well.
Oh. Slight mistakes coming out there.
Goodness gracious.
TNC.
He thought he had the kill.
It's Cuckoo, man. This is the guy to watch. He just makes these crazy plays, and top net worth Sand King getting kills all over the map. finds the big Void kill top, comes in, gets the Centaur, and is just steamrolling.
Radiant
He's
are
got treads
scanning.
too.
Dire are
Looking to
scanning.
beat people down.
It's the play. They do hit on the Roche. Armel, they might be worried about a Roche coming out. So that scan connected. Cuckoo
Radiant's
is in
middle
position
tower
to
is under attack.
interrupt any movement towards the pit.
This combo between the Sky and the Sand King, you can just run around as two and kill anybody. You have to be so afraid of them.
Oh God, MP, they're walking in. They're expecting that Roche is going on right now, but it's not. On the other side of it, they've been able to find one. That's the Centaur already dead. MP has Chrono, but it's so hard to walk up that hill.
That is so clever. The fact they kind of bait Fnatic into thinking they're Roshing. So
Dire's middle
somebody's
tower
going to get
is
caught.
under
You stay on
attack.
that high ground knowing that Fnatic is going to come check out the Roche. The only way they don't do that is if they have vision on view, which there's just no Radiant wards around that pit right now. And they just find another core kill. Centaur just dies twice in a row.
God, they're just baiting the hell out of this Roche.
Oh, DJ trying to run out of there. Courier going through. They might get the Courier kill on top of everything else. In the epicenter, already been interrupted. Actually, no, not cast
Sentry
yet. Cuckoo's backing out.
Sanking.
Chrono onto Huskar alone, not nearly doing enough. And the egg is going to connect stun onto 3, but Armel is back in the fray. They bring down 2.
Okay, 2 for 2 so far. Centaur does have Stampede. And
Trying to get jabs out of there, or maybe reinitiate a second time. They bring down the Sky. Light strike
Oh,
away
double
from
stun.
the low
Very
ground.
Those are value wards. That ward is super value.
the Sanking was just in range of a Sentry ward during that fight. Otherwise,
Dire's
he
bottom tower is
may
under
have been able to
attack.
kind of juke and get a few more stuns off.
The epicenter cancel too was crucial.
I think he actually didn't cast it. I heard something that they
no,
thought
he
sounded like Epi, but it looks like it wasn't cast.
He just couldn't get it off.
No.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Well, 18-17, a little bit of a barn burner and a closer game than we've seen so far in these qualifiers.
This has been, you know, the series I think people probably most looking forward to as far as, you know, the two top teams in SEA, both winning their groups pretty convincingly, even though TNC did have that slow start. But playing on a new patch and 20 minutes in, nothing much separating the two teams.
Oh, Burrow strike in the middle of the dive from jabs.
I think also in a series like this, you're going to be totally on point. I think when you're in like the first series of a closed qualifier and you feel like you're kind of the favorites, you can let a few things like slide every now and then.
Buyback from the Phoenix. They don't have the Centaur in this fight. They've already found one. This Rubik going to die. They hit the light strike ray onto 2. Armel going to blink away. Rather jump away as he's switched over to the other form. The stun only hits onto 1, and this Huskar is regenning a heck of a lot. 90 HP regen per second, and Ice 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 in trouble. Phoenix can't afford to die here. They're going to turn onto the egg. He's just dead.
He even placed that egg pretty far away from them, knowing like, oh, I can't really egg in the middle. It's level 1. It's not going to do all that much, but he doesn't get Fire
Radiant's
Spirits
middle
out, and
tower
it's an
is under attack.
easy egg pick off. That's a dieback on Phoenix. They want to go fight for more. They know Void has no
They're
Chronos.
smoking his
Chrono in
three.
4
I see
seconds.
Chrono's coming up, yeah.
Cuckoo, they find him. They need to get the silence off ASAP. Gets the silence. Going to run away. The Stampede came out as well. Gabby's still living. They're running off in the silence, looking for the big Chrono, but there isn't going to be any follow-up, and Armel able to walk away.
I'll take your treat.
They take down the Lina.
Wow.
Stolen Sky almost killed the Morph, but without the silence or some sort of disable, there's no way you kill that hero.
Just like that. Into
It's
the
a
Roche
regen
pit.
rune too. I would have been full health with the mask anyways, even without the regen. But
It's mana.
Radiant are
yep.
scanning.
I mean, it's still a very handy regen rune.
It is incredibly easy to solo Roshan with the new Huskar.
Oh, Ice Ice Ice.
What's gonna happen here?
Does
Doesn't
he
have
know
ult.
his limit? Nah, he can't get in there.
Your Shan has fallen into the dark.
Well, just like that, a 3,000 gold lead. Still doesn't feel insurmountable, but
No, but suddenly, yeah, top 3 net worth heroes are kind of all dire heroes, only by a very small margin. Void's pretty much equal, and there we go, overtakes the Morphling. Sanking with a Radiance queued up.
I like that. I like that. I don't think I think if he's gonna die in this game with the current items that he has, how mobile he is, I think he's gonna die with like any other tanky items like the Radiance is. He's far enough ahead too that he can get the Radiance. Like the only reason that he's not gonna die is because with just the Vanguard and the advantage, he's not gonna die in these fights.
the call is for Ags from the Lina.
Kind of become the Lina build.
Yeah.
When you don't need to go physical damage, and you don't typically you're picking Lina, but for the magic damage these days against these Morphling type heroes, these high armor, hard to kill people. Even here's like Husker, who you need to burst down. Even with the magic resistance gone, you just need this heavy burst, and that's what the Laguna is going to give you.
I mean, he still does have
bracers.
some magic
Yeah, the bracers too, and the strength just gives some decent magic resist.
Yeah.
Well,
BKB now, and they're getting BKB, so
yeah, that too.
there we go. Acceptor will give you some good damage output, and then this level 20 talent with the spell lamp. It's just really, really nice synergy.
So DJ with Mystic Flare feels like it could be a good moment for them to try and make something happen with Chrono.
Yeah.
They've got the Void Sky now.
He doesn't have it for that much longer, though.
He's hoping for a pick of some
The,
sort, maybe.
the issue is just Huskar just needs to frontline. Does he have a Shadow Blade on Void yet? Is there any way that he actually gets it? He's going BKB, so it's really hard for them to get to the back line unless they do some sort of smoke.
Oh, they cancel that TP.
If you go on the Huskar, you don't win the fight. Yeah, they're just securing the high ground while both of them hits. They have a siege creep too, so.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Good cancel by DJ of that one. They
force the Lich to TP back top though. Ice is being pretty obnoxious in this lane.
God, this is so dangerous walking around like this. He's about to be done with Mystic Flare too, so I don't think they're going to be able to get anything from it.
Well, there's two people TP back. Yeah.
Never mind. Goodbye, Armel.
Solo kills the Morph.
Holy shnikes. Yeah. And Tim's going to get away.
Oh. I mean, even still, the Morph kill is huge. That was all set up by Ice, just pressuring that top lane. And we saw on the Timbersaw game, like he does a really good job of being disciplined and getting back like right before people come for him and put him in that like kill zone. Like cuts the wave, immediately blinks out. His team goes for a kill. 2 people are top, and he's just down bot helping them.
Bit unfortunate for the Morph. He probably wasn't expecting an Invis Rubik as well. But DJ making his own fortune and putting it to good use with a kill there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
23 minutes in, and they still have the Aegis on the Huskar if they want to try and make something happen with it, or if they're just going to decide to try and keep farming and hit their next timing. But about a minute and a half left.
I think they'd probably get this tier 1 here.
I think at tier 1, try and maybe invade that enemy shrine jungle area, get some vision down. Radiant's done a really good job with these sentries just to de-ward a lot of TNC's map vision, make it a lot harder for them to make these plays. Which is, I think, why you want to use this Aegis, just to push this top lane and get some map control back.
I haven't really seen that big Chronosphere combination yet, which is still something that is part of the reason why this hero has become so popular recently.
Yeah, the Void Phoenix, the Lina plus Void. There's always potential in this game to win those fights just because they have this Faceless Void plus heroes that can actually do things in the Chronosphere, especially if the Rubik gets a clutch steal like the Lich ulti or the Skywrath ulti. Both of those things are insane in the Chrono.
When you get to late game and like Void's getting Chrono AoE, Phoenix is leveling up his ulti, it's almost just impossible to kill the egg if Void wants to Chrono to save it.
It's just a perfect spell for protecting that egg. Timer on the rush, they're kind of pushing it a little bit. I guess they see that the entire enemy team is not in the area, and
they know bounty runes are there. So I think you almost assume that Fnatic's going to play bottom when bounty runes are coming up.
Yeah.
You need to be careful though. 20 seconds left, and Phoenix moving into position. They've got the Rubik here as well.
Yeah, they're coming.
Aegis. Really getting as much as they can out of this Aegis.
About to expire, and yeah, it looks like TNC are going to back out now with
good lord, what a nice
6
timing
seconds left. Although Fnatic, they know the timing too.
That was so good from TNC. The Husker doesn't even go for that creep wave. He kills the tower, and there's like 4 or 5 creeps right there by where he killed the tower, and he's already backing off. Very disciplined.
Now they're teeping out.
They don't have a Sky for this fight. Need to be careful. They get the lift already, and that should be Cuckoo at least in a little bit of danger as they chase forward for more, find him, and get the kill.
Had maybe half a second to react there when the smoke popped, but wasn't ready for it.
Probably looking elsewhere because they looked like they were in that scenario. It's like, okay, let's get the lanes out. We 5-man a lane. Like, let's just do garbage control in these lanes. That new Huskar spell is so sweet.
It just looks cool.
It's very cool. The disarm is really nice. You know, people gives you that physical damage answer. people, you know, you want to group up and hit me, I'm going to disarm all of you.
That's the
away.
portion of the spell that's going to get nerfed when it becomes broken.
The disarm duration,
Yes.
you think? I would agree. The fact that it also is, like, Huskar for the first time has a real nuke, AoE nuke is kind of crazy.
Ooh, look at this guy. Aghanim's done.
Nice.
It's pretty good if teammates are getting hit by the Sand King Bar into Sky Ult. Unless it's Centaur himself, but you can always just instantly Stampede, and generally that will save someone like a Void who's being Bar Striked.
It always feels bad to have to focus Centaur because he has the Ags. You know, you never really want to do that.
The heck? Oh, it was still lasting for a second. That
The
sandstorm.
Rubiks?
Yeah.
Maybe that was just the Sand Kings, and they thought it was the Rubiks.
So having a little sandstorm party.
Yeah.
Really likes a bit of sandstorm, you know?
Yeah. What song is this?
I don't remember even how it goes. To be
Man, that was
honest.
like the hottest Twitch meme for like
That was a huge.
years.
Yeah.
Like
You
from
could have made a lot of money on that meme for sure.
2012 to 2014 or so. Anytime, you know, there's stream playing music. Oh, what song is this?
Yeah. That was a good meme.
Yeah, it was decent.
It's back with, like, this is called Justin TV. That's how old that is.
Good old Justin. Always liked watching him.
I never watched that. I can't tell anymore. Skyreth is just about to
We're
get
all
his
going
eggs.
crazy here. Skyreth, oh my god, this
Yep.
guy actually has to be probably the top priority target.
Dice are scanning.
He is worth Chronosphere.
Absolutely, for sure. Got the Aghanim Scepter. Just needs one more point in that Arcane Bolt. I wonder if he goes for the talent or the Arcane Bolt point.
Am I crazy? Did they change concussive shot so it hits creeps
Yeah,
now
it
too?
can hit creeps
The
now.
nearest
Yeah.
creeps.
That's what he was using it there
Yeah.
to jungle for the AoE damage.
It's actually nice for pushing out creep waves and stuff
Yep.
like that. I thought at first it was going to be a nerf, but it prioritizes heroes if they're on the screen, so
It's the exact same
it's
spell.
just strictly better, yeah.
Yeah,
Radiant
it got
are
added
scanning.
utility.
Yeah.
Yeah, the AoE for like clearing neutral camps, creep waves is pretty damn nice.
And for just like pushing out waves without
Yeah.
putting yourself in danger.
Oh my god, it's a super low spawn. It was like a second, but they didn't quite check it. God, that would be so big if they walk back in there again. And Jaboogie, do it for your people.
The one scenario it's maybe a nerf is if you want to, when you have global and you want to like just clear out a creep wave, but it suddenly flies
Radiant's
across the map
middle
to some
tower
hero.
is under
Yeah.
attack.
That's like the one scenario where
Dire's
you're like
bottom
maybe
tower
annoyed
is
by it.
under attack.
With the global concussive, you can actually just constantly push out waves. You're like some sort of Tinker Zeus hero.
Well, when it'll go to a hero though, you have to make sure you
Yeah,
use
like
it when
if there's
no
nothing
heroes
on the
map.
right,
yeah.
right. Like if there's one hero and then one creep wave, it'll go to the hero and then the creep wave.
You see
Still,
that?
still do some pushing. Yeah, that was. Has the Radiance now. I really like that when you have like a huge advantage, it can really seal the deal for the enemy team. It makes it so hard to fight you. As long as you know that you're going to survive the fights.
I think that's the main concern. It's like if he gets chronoed, he's probably not going to survive a fight. But if he can just link in Barrow, get on top of some of these squishier supports or the Lina, he's going to make Fnatic's life really difficult.
I think if he's the one getting focused in Chrono, they're happy though. Every
That's
other
true.
hero is like he's actually he's still the tankiest hero.
Yeah.
Maybe the Huskar, but I feel like the Huskar has to be chronoed, otherwise he's going to kill everybody.
We'll
Good
find
high
out. He's
grounds.
about to get focused, maybe.
Oh, but looking for the
Oh, the
opening.
double
MP
stun!
jumps forward, hits the chrono onto 3, but all the rest of his team is in there as well. It doesn't look like it might end up mattering. Armel trying to bring him down. Abed also in for their opening. They're just going to stampede away. Need to run away, but Gabby also chasing.
That Ag Stampede, just going over some cliffs.
Oh, there's
Into the
double
roach
damage
group.
there.
Oh,
God,
the
that was
stomp.
such a good LSA
Oh,
chrono.
good Sinister Gaze to interrupt the stun, but not for long enough. Can he live through this one? They're trying to do a Gabby. He gets the disarm, the lift up though with the Eul Scepter into the immediate follow-up. Stun! Homie's done.
Just,
Maybe we spoke too soon with the Radiance. He got he just
I mean, that was
blinking
an item
to the
thing. Yeah,
blinking to the double stun is the issue.
I mean, that was the Lina cast range coming into play there, too. Like, being able to
Wow.
throw that LSA from so far away. They kill Morphling now as well, secure themselves a massive lead. Blinks into a 2-man LSA, which then sets up a 3-man chrono, and the fight is just instantly lost.
MP with the presence of mind just to wait until he saw everybody up there and then hit that perfect chrono.
If you go up there, you'll see there's a Radiant Ward, which sees everything.
And I think
that's why this fight goes so well.
I think Rubik also stole the Skywrath ulti for the Chronosphere as well.
I think TNC thought there's no vision because they dropped a sentry there, but that ward was just better placed out of range, and Abed with a, it wasn't intended to hit 2 people with that LSA, but he'll take it.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
Roshan has fallen to the
The Sand King did have to like blink out somewhere,
That's true.
Well, and just like that, we're seeing the strength again of this faceless void. And
70 seconds, he has no buyback.
That's really rough.
Stolen Mystic Flare. That damage.
Yeah, he keeps stealing that. It's just the fact that he has 2 heroes that if he steals their ultimates, which are relatively easy to steal, in the Lich and the Skywrath, it's just a better combo for the Chronosphere.
And how the tables have turned in the last 8 minutes or so. It's just been a complete and total switch up. Look at that.
The experience.
Oh, win probability.
I can see TNC,
Dire's bottom tower
even when they were up a couple of K gold, only had at best like a 55-60% win chance, but it's all Fnatic right now.
One thing with this new Huskar is that he is very awful
Dire's
when
top tower
playing from
has been
behind.
denied.
It's like almost an exclusively playing from a head hero. He is, it's feed
Dire's
central
bottom
on
tower
Huskar
is
with,
under attack.
you don't have more items than your opponents. Feels like a support almost. Liability.
Abed
Dire's
just
bottom tower
nursing
has
a
fallen.
regen rune there in case a fight breaks out. You can just be the bait and get back out of it. Oh!
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
They've got several tower denies this game. Yeah. I like it.
Top lane. DJ runs into Tim's, and
Oh my
does he
God.
get the max value out of this? Steals concussive shot, blinks away, trying to live through it again, and it's going to chase him down. All right, who's going to die now as they chase him down? And DJ, a little bit better than Tim's, at least in this moment.
Rubik has just morphed to full strength, so he actually takes 0 damage. Well, I mean the same amount of damage, but he's not going to die.
And it's not like he needs that armor that he lost that much. He's sitting on 2 armor only, but the right-click damage outside of like a morph going in with BKB is less scary than the magic.
Yeah, it's all magic at this point.
So right now, at least I'm looking at this game, and I don't feel like it's completely fallen out of the hands of TNC. It's like maybe you wait out this Aegis and you can make another run at it. What do you guys think?
They're behind, but their draft has a lot of late-game potential.
Yeah.
This Skywrath is going to just keep on doing insane damage. The main issue is just Huskar's ability to scale, and like Jenkins said, play from behind. He's not too far behind that. He's completely out of the game now.
Skywrath in the late game has been so strong ever since he got that 2 arcane bolts and Aghanim Scepter.
Oh, MD, they have Chronos still and don't even need it.
This is the tricky thing. This Lena's burst damages.
That's what I mean with like the new Huskar. Without the magic resist, you really need to be snowballing. Otherwise, you run out of low HP. And it's, all right, well, thanks for the free kill on the most farm core.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Well, Huskar dead for another 50 seconds. Lift up by DJ. Lightstrike Ray following it. The stun lasting forever onto Armel, but he also has 3,100 HP. Cuckoo walks into position. They going to be able to find any follow-up afterwards. The stun hits from Ice Ice Ice, but there's a follow-up silence, and now the Chain Frost bouncing around. The Supernova is still going. Nobody from TNC is focusing this egg, and it's going to hit, followed up by the Chrono. Beautiful play coming out from Fnatic, and can they bring down Gabby as well? He gets the disarm, chasing forward Ramor, forced that forward by his team, and, well, it looks like everybody else is going to get out. Abed?
They saw him briefly there. No gaze. So it's not going to get interrupted, but
Radiant are
It
scanning.
was an Armel buyback.
It's an expensive hold, but still one where they don't lose too much gold and keep things around that 8K mark as far as the gold lead goes.
My waters rise.
Morphling dying is such a win condition, though, especially if you get him in the Chrono or you stun him with the Centaur, and he's low HP. You can just burst him.
I think yeah, Gabby bought back also. He did that earlier though.
Yeah,
at the start of the fight.
I think so. He died right at the start, right? He's about to die again? That's
now
100
what?
seconds?
No Huskar, and they know it.
That was 3
Jaboogie, they
heroes killing?
steal it again, push him back. Eulsep to lift up. This Rubik's living through it for the moment, finds the kill on a Jaboogie and just saunters away, cool as a cucumber. Tim's also in trouble. Another light strike array. He didn't have vision there. And Tim's going to be lifted, going to be caught, and Abed is truly feeling himself as well as DJ.
Kill after
Where's
kill.
the tips at? Where's the tips at? Is he out of tips?
He's out.
He's got to be out of tips. He's been tipping a lot.
He's earned it. Abed has been playing a great game on this Lina.
Oh. 35, 36 minutes, and the last couple of them have just all been coming up Fnatic as they continue their dominant streak.
Yeah, they're just beelining down the mid lane. They know the Huskar has no buyback. If you can catch anybody out while this guy is dead, it's looking real rough for TNC.
This guy was only 20 seconds away from respawning, but still feels the need to buy back here.
Pretty much since that Ags on the Centaur, they have not been able to take a good fight on TNC. Just all the damage mitigation against the initiation. The lift up there from DJ. Chrono immediately caught onto that Sand King. He's bringing him down very low, phasing in and out of reality, just punching him in the face. Armel also to be assaulted. They buy back on the Sand King now. It looks like they're going to stop the assault.
That Spirit Vessel plus the Phoenix Sunray does so much damage to the Sand King because he has so much HP. And I mean, his only magic resist comes from the bracers, right? So both of these items doing percentage-based damage. The Void doesn't even need to do damage in the Chrono. The Phoenix actually kills the Sand King alone, almost.
I'm gonna keep my eye on this Morphling with Centaur and how the retaliate stuff works. Oh, a stun though. And Huskar gonna go for the long life break, but still in trouble, and he's just dead again. Didn't stand a chance. Armel trying to run another big stun, and going to be able to chase down Cuckoo, who has left his own devices. Abed is actually super low, though. Can they bring him down in time? Almost, but not quite. Everybody from Fnatic still living, and Abed going to hit the stun and walk away.
Oh, my.
GG.
That Phoenix does such a good job of getting on top of Skywrath with the egg. Like, he just drops the egg on the Skywrath, knowing that it's going to stop him casting spells. And yeah, you can see the damage dealt. Phoenix did the second most damage in that team fight.
I wonder how much damage he did in the game, because I feel like I feel like he was doing a lot of damage in every fight.
I think yeah. Maybe like second most to the Lina or something. I imagine it was very high.
Let's give her a gander.
Oh, let's take a look. See.
So he did 22,000. Yeah, second
Lina
most
1,
to the Lina.
Phoenix 2.
Oh my god.
Cool. MP and I mean DJ's damage with the stolen spells, like a Rubik with almost 20k damage as well, is pretty impressive.
Very, very effective.
I mean, Skywrath did the most on his team too, but we saw that there just wasn't really a great answer once that Centaur Ags came out. Let's take a look real quickly. What was the timing on that? So it was at the 26-minute mark, and then we take a look at basically what happened right around then, and that's when it all started to swing.
Yeah, they had a win probability lead, and it was all downhill from there. That's a really interesting thing to look at, actually. It was a very winnable game for TNC. I kind of enjoy it. It was such a close game and felt like key item timings, like you mentioned, and if they played those fights better. Morphling just never really felt like he got rolling. Like, he just wasn't that super farm scary Morphling. Huskar wasn't snowballing. But even so, it was still close.
I think Fnatic was just playing the fights really well, too. We saw 3 of them were alive on the side of Fnatic, and they kill the Huskar without buyback. Like, Huskar's running down the mid lane with his entire team, and was it the Lina, the Phoenix, and the Rubik or something like that?
Yes.
And then they killed they killed 2 or 3 of them with just 3.
They initially killed Huskar. I don't know if they. I don't remember.
And then they chased the Skywrath.
Yep.
Like that is just not supposed to happen. I mean, I guess that's somewhat on the Huskar too for being out of position, but being in a scenario where the enemy team is so confident they're running down mid and you still 3-man them it's pretty nice.
Yeah. I think just all the item decision making was on point. Like having the Ag Scepter on the Lina, the Spirit Vessel rush on the Phoenix, Void going for this fast BKB, Ice with the Ag Scepter. Like every single item was exactly what they needed for this game.
Yeah.
Well, big stuff coming out from Fnatic. They remain undefeated in the Southeast Asian qualifiers. Do we have a new king? We're going to find out in just a little bit as we get ready for game number 2. Stay tuned, everybody. More from the Southeast Asian qualifiers right after this.